Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So as you guys know, Ripple releases 1 billion XRP into the ecosystem from their escrow accounts every single month. This is a planned release of XRP, and depending how much usage there is in the ecosystem at any given time, some XRP may be returned to the escrow because Ripple does not want to flood the market with XRP. So Ripple returns 1 billion XRP released from escrow this month, and as far as I know, this is the first time I've seen this happen, meaning the return of the entire allotted amount right back into the escrow account. So this article goes down to show us the whale alert on Twitter that lets us know when large sums of cryptocurrency are exchanging wallets. So that from whale alert. But despite the fact that the escrow is a timed release, they release 1 billion into the ecosystem every single month, Ripple sent the 1 billion XRP back to the escrow. So in effect, from my understanding, 0 XRP has been released from the escrow in the ecosystem this month, or rather it was released and then it was sent back. This was a planned execution by Ripple, as it had mentioned in its Q2 report that the company's sales of XRP in Q2 2019 would be lower as a percentage of reported volume than in previous quarters due to the concerns about misreported, falsified, and inflated reported trading volumes. It carried out this strategy in the Q3. So, for those of you guys who do not know Galgatron, who is a proponent of XRP and has a blog where he discusses all things XRP, some things that may trigger some of you who don't like listening to reality, and other things that are actually quite in-depth and go into the nitty-gritty if you guys are interested in that kind of thing. Anyway, Galgatron explained the action to the communities here when he said, "For those of you who are wondering what Ripple's 1 billion XRP returning to escrow means, it just means Ripple is turning away purchasers and forcing them to go to the retail market as planned. There's ample circulating supply." So guys, this slow drip was essentially put in place because at the time that they decided to start this, which is a long time ago now, Ripple, I'm sure, didn't know where we were going to be with cryptocurrency regulations, didn't know where we were going to be with adoption, so on and so forth. So these measures were put in place as that slow drip to introduce XRP into the ecosystem. But as we all know, regulations are taking a lot longer than we had originally anticipated. And so that XRP, the 1 billion, at least for December 2019, has been returned to the escrow because, as Galgatron puts it down here, there's ample circulating supply right now for the demand. So not much going on. It is building slowly but surely, but still there needs to be more in order to facilitate more XRP, more demand for XRP, and thus higher prices for XRP. So adoption. And so I saw this British Virgin Islands launch their own digital currency. This just in. BVI's digital currency to replace the USD. More governments are turning to proprietary digital currencies over the last year than ever before. China and the Marshall Islands are some good examples. Now it's time for the British Virgin Islands to join the trend. The British territory, which is a popular offshore destination, is hosting the BVI Digital Economy Symposium today. The event gathers over 100 stakeholders that will help these guys become a digital hub. So they want to introduce a government-backed digital currency called the BVI-Life, it looks like. They are looking to use it instead of the US dollar, guys. For about 60 years, BVI has used the US dollar for its national currency. Now the government is working on a stablecoin powered by Life token. The currency will be pegged to the USD with a ratio of 1-to-1, so still pegged to the US dollar, and I'm sure this will take a while to roll out. So for those of you guys visiting the British Virgin Islands or vacationing there, I'm sure you could probably still use USD for a few years to come, but they are transitioning slowly but surely. Then I saw this. So guys, it is December. It's December 4th. Okay, I wanted to get this out sooner, but I didn't have time. Traditionally, we have seen the cryptocurrency market move in December. So this article from a few days ago, Bitcoin moves 30% in December since 2015. Will 2019 be different? So I wanted to go over some of this history, and we talk about Bitcoin here because Bitcoin, obviously, the pulse of the market. It dictates where the rest of the market is going. And at just over 10 years old, crypto's largest asset, Bitcoin, has made a name for itself as a volatile asset, as shown by its past price action. December in particular has seen a notable chunk of this volatility, with price moving more than 30% since 2015. Okay, so we have 4 Decembers here on record, guys, and Bitcoin has moved 30% in each December. As 2019 nears its end, Bitcoin looks back on its stand-up year, okay, and then it just kind of summarizes what Bitcoin has done this year. But let's get into the nitty-gritty. So December 2015, here's the chart for Bitcoin, guys, and each December is delineated by these boxes on this chart here. Starting with data 4 years ago, December 2015 saw Bitcoin shoot up more than 34% in the month of December. They go on to say the highs and the lows. I just want to glaze over this. I don't want to read every single little detail here, but for those of you guys interested, I will obviously link all the articles in the description, or you can even go to TradingView and take a look at some of these charts yourself. So here's December 2016. A year later, Bitcoin saw gains of more than 35% during the same period. So we know 2016 was a year of rally for Bitcoin, and then 2017 was when it really started taking off. But here, we can see Bitcoin here in December 2016 went up 35%. Now, December 2017, this is what we all remember. This was the bull run of 2017. On December 1st, 2017, BTC wicked down to 9,400 before going on its historic ride to $19,700, tallying up a move of more than 109%. Now, guys, this is a bit of an anomaly. 109%. I mean, I could only hope for 109% in December 2019. I'm sure most of you feel the same way. That would likely bring coins like XRP right back up in the 40s, maybe even touch 50 cents yet again. But 2017, guys, as we know, is exceptional. Let's take a look at December 2018, and this was a bit of a different year because it was the year after the bull run when the bears had taken over. But it's interesting because you can see Bitcoin here delineated in this box yet again, and it moved down 35% before moving up another 35%. So last year, price action was unlike the previous years. However, while Bitcoin did provide over 35% in price movement over the course of December 2018, the net price still stayed the same. Essentially, Bitcoin saw both a 35% decline and a subsequent 35% rally in the same 31-day period. Now, guys, there is a theory called the Santa Claus rally that surmises a few different things. Market analyst Philb from Cointelegraph explains this. He explained the Santa Claus rally refers to the tendency for the stock market, so this goes traditionally back to the stock market, to rally over the last weeks of December and into the new year. Several theories exist for its existence, including increasing holiday shopping, optimism fueled by the holiday spirit, or institutional investors settling their books before going on vacation. A lot of real world reasons why we could see this happening. Crypto trader and Twitter personality Jacob Canfield also weighed in on Bitcoin's December price action, telling Cointelegraph, "While it's easy to create narratives for Bitcoin, I am of the opinion that there is no seasonality to Bitcoin when it comes to the time of year. Although we have seen significant upward moves before, we've also seen significant downward moves as well." So Canfield, a little more pessimistic on this. He did, however, point out that different concepts based on big players and tax implications could have an influence on this. One theory that I have heard is that professional traders and institutions take their profits going into January to hedge for their taxes for the new fiscal year. He said, so while this doesn't explain why we see upward price moves in Bitcoin, it may explain why we see a sell-off in January. So that very interesting as well. But 30 to 35% seems pretty par for the course over the last 4 years of Bitcoin, guys. So what I did was I took the Bitcoin chart and I just kind of wanted to go over with you December and where we are for this year. So guys, this candlestick here, by the way, this is Bitcoin on the daily. This candlestick here, if you guys can see, is December 1st, okay? And where could we go for Bitcoin? Okay, what is a traditional 30 to 35% move look like? Let me just delineate here December. Okay, so that covers, that covers all of December. Let's just extend this out a little so we can kind of see. So that's December 1st, December 31st here. So Bitcoin trading right now at about 73.40, give or take. And so let's just add 35% just to be rough. 73.40 times an additional 35% would add an additional 25.69 to the price. Okay, so 73.40 plus 25.69 equals a Bitcoin worth, or rather going up to approximately 9,909. Okay, which brings us into, let's just bring up a brush here, brings us into this zone here. Okay, this upper echelon here, this is about 9,900 give or take. And so, right, this hits this resistance level up here. So Could we realistically see Bitcoin meet resistance, come right back up to that $9,900 level? It is indeed possible. We've also seen Bitcoin go to the downside. So what was it, 2569? So let's go 73.40 minus 2569, which would bring us right back down to 4,700. Now that's Bitcoin really going fairly low down here. 47, almost 48, what was it, 4770? Yeah, almost 4,800. So really kind of touching this level down here. This is about 4,800, okay? So coming right back down here, as you guys can see. Let's delineate that zone here with a couple of bars here just to kind of show you guys where we'd be at here, 48. So that would bring it right, just touching this bottom level of resistance down here, guys. For those of you guys who can't see the chart, let me just zoom in here. So this level here, okay, as you can see, we were basing in that level in April 2019 before the rally up. So this 35% increase decrease does make a lot of sense. We're seeing that Bitcoin could realistically hit these levels of resistance or support. It's not out of the question. The real question is, are we going to see Bitcoin go to the downside, or are we going to see it go to the upside, and what will that do to the rest of the crypto market? I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.